do today? Ideas. Need the logo up here, don't we? When it's not there. Not sure that's not shown on that particular thing. Cool. Thank you, Sir Rackley, for the sub. That's me. Just a sub for 10 months. So that's cool. How do you even get paid from Twitch on your subs? So like if I go to my settings, Twitch Prime, channel, create a dashboard maybe. Because we've currently got 14 subscribers. What do I need to become a partner? Stream for 25 hours, stream for 12 different days, an average of 75 viewers. So it's all about getting like all those people, isn't it? Watching a stream at once. So you've got to try and get it up to 25 hours, 50, 75 viewers on average. Yeah. So I'm a Twitch affiliate, so let's... Okay, so you can do like a play, you can earn a bits sound thing. So how do we have a look into this? Payout methods, that's it. Let's have a look. What's it currently set up as? This website's so hard to use. fine. Okay, that's cool. So let's have a look at what we're going to do today. Just give it a few more minutes, see if anyone else joins us. Okay, let's have a look. So something I want to do as well is, if you've already got an account and you put the wrong password in, I don't want it to say that this is an invalid password. So that kind of doesn't comply with GDPR. GDPR UK compliance checklist. For software as a service. So I need a data protection policy. Yeah, okay. So certain things that we have to get done today in order to okay, fine. So first things, let's go to logged out. Login actually. Then what I want to do, if there is an actual error, I don't want to do this. I want to do invalid credentials. Please try again. So now if I try and do this again, say invalid credentials, that's an invalid email. Cool. And that's all I want on that. So get cracking. Changed error message when a user fails to log in. So something else we want to do is when a user logs in, we want them to accept terms of service, right? So So there's a couple of things that I need to do at some point, so let's get the placeholders in for those. On the footer, so view, view, on the footer, I actually want to do a terms and conditions. And then I want to do a privacy policy. Want a root link, so let's just do terms conditions, which will eventually be terms, and then a policy for privacy policy, and then they won't actually go anywhere yet, so that's good. And then maybe I'll just make them flow to the right hand side. Ooh. So they're there for when I actually implement those. And then we could potentially go to register card. And then we should probably put another thing in here. That will be around about accepting terms. Do it like that, so it's not an. And then very simple. So do an element.io component, and we want this switch. Do we want to use a switch, or do we want to just use a checkbox? Let's just use a checkbox. So let's just change this to accept terms and conditions, and then this would just be form.accept terms. So the other thing as well is that this should just be accept terms as well, which is false by default. Cool. Accept terms. 2 seconds. Okay, so that's accepts terms and conditions. We want to do a if this dot form dot terms accept terms equal is false. Do people use Firebase in real world production environments? Hi Dev, by the way, DGvid1998, welcome. Yeah, according to their website, quite a lot of people use them. The companies I've worked for in the past haven't, but the reason I'm using it is that it's very quick for getting your product prototype definitely built and being used. And I know that a lot of apps actually use it, like mobile apps. If this project ever got big enough, like I'm not a back-end developer, so that's why another reason why it's really good to use. But if it ever gets to the point where it gets big enough that people are using it, I'll probably hire a back-end developer and decide at that point whether to move away from Firebase or not. So. So what we can do is, so hypothetically if we just click register, please fill in all of the form. What's that bit? Okay, so you must accept terms and conditions. Do I want to return or do I want to par those up? Do you know what, I should probably make this an array. And then I'll push this. And then this dot errors, wherever that is. Okay, fine. So v4 error in errors, so errors, error. that. Don't wanna. Title would be error dot. Just error. Let's see if that works. So, that build you. So if I was to do register, for each error. Okay, what I should probably do then is okay, cool. So now I'll go back here. Let me just close this. Let's get some music going. Okay, so now if I click register, yeah, cool. So what I need to do is do this. Can I put that on there? Or will it complain? Yeah, it complains. Then this becomes error. Got the message. And then that should, oh god, what have I done here? Leave that there. Close that div. Oh, put the div 2 file down as usual. So that's fine, let's just push the message straight in. error. Cool. So let's just put a little star in here, margin top. Probably that should be on bottom actually. Do a bit more than that, let's do an 8. Cool. So if I do that, cool, that does that. Please fill in the form, blah blah. Now we don't actually do anything with that when it's done, so off dot update display name. So Firebase user profile. Let's see what that has on it. Let's have a look at what actual the profile can hold. So as a display name, photo URL. That's it, is that it? Seems a bit shit. Fine, okay. So it looks like we're going to have to attach that to our actual user reference that we've got. So let's have a look at that. Wrong one, I want dev. Okay, so in our database we have a user, and they don't have any fields currently. So once you've confirmed the user, we want to update display name. What does our function do when it's updated? Because what I could do is change that into 2 separate things. The same function. So user, new user sign up. Oh, wrong button. User, new user sign up. Fine. So does it add the security rules and stuff? Is this not working anymore? User.uid. Ooh, I don't know if this is working. Because you by default actually subscribe, like, yeah. So what I want to do is I want to do admin.firestore.collection users .doc user.userid. But I should probably make that a reference. User ref equals, I can get rid of that, and then that can always just be user ref that could be user ref that could be user ref. So this is set the user to the default subscription level, which is 1 because they don't have a subscription. And then set the user's admin levels. Admin level 1, normal user, no privileges. And then user collection dot project access list dot doc. What was that doing? Oh, that just creates one, right? Create a user's project access default project access list. By default this is empty, and then the other thing I want to do is when you set this, I actually want to do that you have actually agreed to terms. So terms equals agreed terms, right? So this would be agreed true. Date would be date.now. Accepted terms. Accepted. So this is just more like an audit. So again, this doesn't need to live there. So we can do user ref dot collection audits dot doc, and we can call this what do we want to call this? Define a log stating the user has joined and accepted the terms and conditions of the site. So audits.doc, and then what we can do is .set, and then what we can do is give it a type, and we'll give types in. So this is a terms, accept terms, yeah, cool. And then we can do a joined, right? Joined site, yeah. This is date, and that's essentially that. So there's an audit for joining. Make an audit to show the user joined the site. So the other thing that these should probably have is author. Okay, so it'll either have an author ID or it will have like auto generated. So this one would just be user.uid because the user done it. User.uid. Cool. that is they join the site, the user done that. User accepted terms. Because if the user's ever deleted, I don't want to actually delete the user. Like the user's deleted but the record is not, because we still need access to that. So what I will do instead is, instead of deleting the user, I'm going to return doc.set I actually want to do return admin.users doc collection, and then I want to do audits doc.set, and then I want to add in a new audit type, so type deleted account, date.now, author, user.id. The user is the one who deleted the account, so we make a record of this. We keep the record in case they ever want to join again. However, we will no longer have their project's data. Okay, fine. So, give that a try. So if we try and deploy those now, so Firebase deploy only functions user Firebase. Let's see if that deploys. Come on, it's taking its time. But then what we'll do is we'll test this out by doing another account. So that's deployed. So let's try and register. Error is not defined. Oh right, yeah, I changed that, didn't I? So this error. So let's try that again. And +2, just make a new email. accept the terms, so register. Let's log me in, so that's cool. Didn't update my display name, which is annoying. Or does it? Yeah, it did. It just doesn't update it straight away. Now if we go here, did it create a new user? So can we order these? Okay, so that's that DSD. Go to users. There's no DSD, which means there's an error somewhere. So where is this error? Alright, back. Oh, hey Phil. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so let's have a look at this. It's not a valid document. Input is not a plain JavaScript input. What are you moaning about? You have to just set like an empty one, do you reckon? How's it going, Phil? How's your little project going? I say little, it's like mine. It's huge. Number 8 on 8. Yeah, I think we need to pass it an actual empty one. So how's everyone doing today? So we'll just deploy. Are they deployed already? Oh, nice. That's a lot quicker. Okay, now let's see if that actually does anything. Hey, yeah, okay, I'm trying the real-time database at the moment because I found pagination in infinite scoring tables a nightmare. How's this project going? Real-time database at the moment. Because I found pagination in infinite scoring tables a nightmare. I actually saw something on that the other day. There was on the Firebase YouTube channel, there was an actual pagination on doing pagination for data. Yeah, here you go. I don't know if you saw this or not, but yeah, it tells you how to paginate data. I haven't actually watched it yet, but this project's going right actually. I'll quickly show you how it's looking at the moment. Let me just log back out so that I can show you. Actually, I've got the latest on dev, haven't I? Yeah. So at the moment, Phil, we've got the projects. You can view tasks. You can drag these tasks around. You can assign them to people that are actually in your project. Then there is scripts. So you have your scripts. Then you can switch between the pages. You've got this overview planner, so you can create like new story ideas. So fight scene between character A, character B, and then assign that to a page, and then confirm that. So that. Then when you go to page 2, you'll see that note's on that page. And then again, we have artwork that you can comment on. I've got to fix the zoom actually, it reminds me to do that. Team chat obviously still a thing, and settings. So settings works now. You can actually invite team members to the project. The revoke button doesn't yet. That's something else I need to work on. These are stuff that I need to remind myself to do. Add revoke button functionality. Revoke a user from a project. So Phil, after watching that video, what made you decide to move to the real-time database compared to Firestore? Because I might come across that at some point as well. Oh, you tit. Why you done that? Firestore.collection users.user ID, yeah. My biggest thing at the moment is just Firebase functions. Screen actually. How far are you along, Phil? Because index it, let's say you page 4 sets of 20 results and you scroll back up, the data will be stale if you don't care about that. Oh, does that mean that like the data at the top is not subscribed to? It's only, can you subscribe to a Firestore pagination data, or is it only like a get? Because if it's subscribed, then that data would be not stale, right? It would update as you go. I think I know what you mean. So if you had like an array, right? One. Just trying to visualize this in my head. So if you said like your pagination was 1, so you get back 1, yeah? And you get back 2. You can subscribe, but you would need to create a new subscribe to each page and then remember to discard them when you don't need them. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to hit that issue because I'm not dealing with crazy data, like crazy stuff like that. I don't think. Let me have a think. Am I going to be hitting that? Also, you can use and offset, but it will charge you for data prior to the offset. Oh, that's horrible. Can you use Firestore and real-time database in conjunction with each other, or do you have to use one or the other? Trying to think what big data I have at the moment. The biggest data I can see, I believe can. If not, I've not gone enough. The only thing I think of on my system at the moment that could fall to this issue would be chat. Because at the moment, when you're in the chat, you just get the whole chat history, and we only just show all of it, but we just scroll straight to the bottom, which is fine for now. Yeah, keep me updated on how that goes, Phil, because I'm really interested to know that, actually, because I think I will hit this with the chat stuff, so definitely something to think about. Because like you say, I think it'd be good to show like the last 20 messages or something, and then scroll up and just start seeing more. But the file sizes at the moment are not too bad. Yeah, because the way I store them at the moment is very simple. I have a storage, like a chat board, and then it just essentially has comments, and that's it. So you can see like here, very simple. The only other way to do that is, instead of having comments as one big object, is to, when you've got the board, actually make each one of these documents a comment. Maybe. I don't know, I need to think about it. But I'll worry about that a bit later. But for now, let's try this. Did that work? Might have worked. Database. Yes. Right, that worked. Nice. So the delete account audit's working. That's annoying. But overall, I'm super impressed with Firebase. It's so useful for people like me who have no interest in the server architecture stuff. Yeah, that's the same with me. I was just saying to someone on stream earlier that same with me, because I can't bother with the back end. I just want to build it. But if it gets to the point where that becomes an issue, pardon me. Once that gets to a point of being an issue, then I'll probably just hire someone who can do it, right? And currently that's not me. So let's just return this one, because it's the last one, right? I should probably batch these, right? Oh, I'll try that later. I'll batch them later if I can bother. So when's your first little bit of alpha that I can play around with, Phil? I'll get my old iPhone 6 out just to annoy you with the bugs. So that's deploying. Let's grab my users again. Delete the test one I just created. So got rid of that. That's right, Phil. We'll just end up hiring the same person. What is this bloody slow music? So if we have a look at users, did it add another audit to anyone? This is an old user, so yeah. So this is cool. Nice, nice, nice. So there's my audits. Accepted terms, deleted account, join site. So now, if I join again, hopefully there should be 6 in there. 5. So let's have a look. Do you get the same user ID when you join again? I don't know if you do you? Let me have a look at what user ID I got this time. So I've got HHSS. Right, okay. So you definitely get a different one each time. That's really annoying. So this is the one I just created. So it's got a couple of security rules. Yep, accepted, joined. Description level. Fine. That's cool. So now I've got audits for all the users, so that's good. That's fine. So really I need to do the account page finally, don't I? Oh god. Fine. Okay. Okay, let's create a user profile page. But first, let's just quickly commit this work. Right, that can be discarded. Yeah. Okay. Yep, fine. Functions. Yeah, fine. A user now has to accept terms and conditions before joining the site. Also added in audit records for a user. Okay, cool. Brilliant. So let's close everything. Now I can't remember if I started to make a profile page, so let's have a look. So user view, user settings. Okay, I did. Cool. Brilliant. So why is this complaining? Oh, that's why. Rename. There we go. Cool. So this is what it should see if you look at this page. Show account menu. Profile. Just call it settings. And then should now have a settings bit. Yeah, cool. Which doesn't take you anywhere because this should be profile, user settings. Don't know what. I don't want to do a command. Oh, I don't want to do a command. Why have I done that? That's ridiculous. Okay, so settings is fine. Okay, cool. So what we need to do is actually change this to be a link, which is, let's just see before I start coding this whether the actual element.ui has a thing for a link built in. Rule one of like using the framework, especially UI front-end frameworks, is check what it can do first before you do anything. Works so many places where people just try shoehorn functionality into using a framework without actually understanding how it works. So not good. For example, this is using EL dropdown, right? So we know that dropdown has a command here, see? And then you can do a click, yeah? So let's have a look. Trigger, how to trigger, click, show timeout. Drop down. So it has a command, disable divided icon. So we might have to actually provide a command that's like, okay. So how are they doing? I bet these don't actually show you any examples. No. But, so we have to use the command because that's what's triggered. Just make sure there's nothing else I'm missing. Placement, trigger, how to trigger, hover on click, show timeout, tab index, Drop down events. If split button is true, triggers when left button is click. Split button, that's a thing. Okay, command. When triggers, command dispatch the drop down. Command to be distract is command callback. Fine. So what I'll just do is will just do command equals user settings. And I'll just do another case in here. This dot router dot push. I think it's name user settings. Is that how we do it? Never remember. Let's have a look at the nav. Because this does go to project subpage, which does this. Router.push name URL. Okay, cool. So is that, I like it when I remember something. So .push.name user settings. So I want to go to the root. Check if I've got this in. Project specific. No, cool. So what I'll just do is quickly do this. User menu groups. Then a path. We'll call this user settings. Yeah. Name is user settings. Component will be user settings, and then meta requires auth equals true, which you need to be logged in to see that. And then we need to make sure we're importing users, so let's just do import user settings from modules. User views user settings is user settings, yeah. Then, hey, welcome to everyone that's in the chat. How's it all going today? So then we'll come back here. Settings is still logging out, so that's not actually updated. So account menu is using user settings. Oh, I'm not breaking. Don't forget to do your breaks. So we'll log back in. Click on. Need to fix why that doesn't do that when you log out. It's really weird. Boom. So now we're on the user settings page. So now we can start building this out. So on the user settings page, a couple of things we're going to want. We're going to want a title bar. Easiest way to do that is just go to something you've already done and just grab it. User settings, and as you know with Vue, everything has to be wrapped in a div, or there has to be at least one top level element. So there's user settings. So what we can do is something I like to do, so el row, give this a gutter of, let's just say 10, give this an el column, All my hands can't seem to type. Give this a span. Oh, let's just do 5 for now. Is it 6, 12, 24? Yeah, 6s. And then this can have a strong. Actually, I want to do that slightly different. EL card. Strong. Then we can call this profile settings, profile details, and then grab these two. Do that. Get rid of that. Do the row. Cool. Always forget to do a little bit of styling. So style, padding, margin top. 10 pixels for now. Cool. Put just a little BR in there for now. Cool. Profile details, display name, email address. And then the other thing we're going to want to do is add another one of these, which is going to be danger zone, which is what I like to call certain areas. For example, I always like to put one of these in. Let's just do that for both of them. Looks a bit nicer. Cool. And usually I like this one to be a little lower. For example, if you go to, if we were to open up project settings, we'll notice I have the same thing here. So I'm actually doing a different color. Nice. So that's that color. Now it's the blue. Danger zone. That's the color I want for the red. And is it always blue? No, it's EF. Cool. So the reason why this is going to be danger zone is because this is going to have an EL button. And this is just going to say delete count. Delete count. And again, always something to learn. And that's why we're here. If you do button on your framework, you notice you can do all sorts of types. We want the danger one, so you have to use type of danger. Again, always see what your framework offers, so you don't have to go and rebuild stuff. So again, on this I might just do a margin bottom style margin bottom 10 pixels. Why is that complaining? Why are you moaning at me? Oh, because I'm a complete idiot. That's fine. Margin top bottom 10 pixels. How is everyone in the chat? How's it going today? Currently we're working on our piece of software called Comic Collaborator, which is a collaboration tool for comic creators and teams. Which I can show you, which you can play around with currently by going to dev.comiccollab.co.uk. The part we're working on today, there's obviously a load of functionality already existing. You can create scripts, create tasks, comment, upload and comment on artwork. There's a team chat area. But the bit we're working on today is we're adding the ability for the user to delete themselves from the system, as well as update their profile data. But the first thing I want to get in is just to delete, because that's the most important thing right now. At some point down the line, I'd also like to do stuff like allowing them to upload avatars, things like that. So we have the concept of a user currently. So we have this, but this is just a user that is. I'm watching you and working. Good work, sir. Good work. So currently, this user that's coming back is just the actual user that comes back from Firebase. It's not our personal user information, so we can use that for now. But later on, when we go a bit further down the line, we're going to want to display more than just this information. So this is our store for getting the information. Let's get rid of this, and this. So the easiest way to do this, as you can see in the account menu, we have this computed. We just copy this, saves me writing it out. And then all we have to do in here is do user dot display name, then user dot email, alright. Why is that complaining? Oh, I always forget to do this. Map getters is not defined. Of course it's not. Okay, so now settings, view.js. Have a look at this, make sure we're getting the it's user.data. Okay, fine, user.data. Then just for clarity's sake, let's make these strong. Has everyone been enjoying the weather? It's always nice when it starts getting a bit warmer. I've been doing some planting and DIYing. Just basically repainting and everything in our garden, so that was really good. Not in the garden, in our kitchen, sorry. And then I've done some decoration on all the hallways, little bits here and there. What's everyone doing with their... Anyone in the chat furloughed at the moment, or are you all still working? I'm currently furloughed until at least the end of the month, so I'm trying to get this software into a state that is ready to be used by the end of the month. Okay, now let's make a delete account function. So what I want to do here is methods delete account. Actually, we don't want you to just delete your account. So I'm going to do a trick I've been doing for other stuff, which is like if you go to project settings, we have like a, where is it? Delete warning, like this. So if we copy this, which eventually I need to make into an actual bloody that's something I want to do at the moment. This needs to be a component that I just pass in, because it's always the same, it's just the data is slightly different, so I need to make that an actual thing. Should we do that now as part of this? Do you know what, yeah, let's do that. Let's make a new global component called call this deletion warning modal.view, and then template. I like to name my things because it makes it easier when writing unit tests, believe it or not. Stupid world. Deletion warning modal. It's going to need certain props, so let's just prop those in. So it's going to need a message. It's going to need a confirm action, and so there's a couple of things this can do, right? So it provides a message, it provides a confirm string, and a and whether use confirm. I'll just do a thing that if you provide a confirm string, then you're using it, right? So what I mean by this is if I go to projects on here, go to my project settings, you'll see that I can delete it, but when I delete it, it pops up this panel that says delete a project. So we need to provide a title as well. So this will be title. This will be message. And then to do a confirm input, so we can do like a div if confirm string is not equal to null. Right, so if confirm string is null, then it won't show that. And then the footer has two buttons, a cancel and, so this is just handle cancel, and then disabled needs to be is button disabled, is confirm button disabled, and then the click on this is obviously handle confirm, and then in here I need to do some methods. So methods, first I need to do is confirm button disabled, just return false, handle cancel, and then handle confirm. So the way this is going to work is that the actual modal is going to emit events. So this dot emit and then it's the event name. So confirm click confirm fired, don't need no data, and then this dot emit equals disabled cancel confirm cancel fired, and then cancel event hand, and then confirm event. then what else we've got? Confirm, cancel, vloading. Okay, is interacting with server. So interacting with server. I can feel it. So the reason why I've made this handle cancel a return is because of two things. So the first thing is we need to do a check. So if confirm string is null, equals null, which we can do by just doing this. So if that's not null, if that's null, then we just want to return false, because the button shouldn't be disabled. Because the reason we disable it first off is if you've got a confirm string, because you want to enter that confirm string in the box. So if you have got confirm string, what we want to do is if confirm string equals, and then confirm string entry. Needs to be in a data object, so confirm string entry. We'll just call this empty because it's empty. Do I want to do that? Yeah, that's fine. So in the project settings, what do we do here? Oh, we do it like that. I always forget to do that a little bit. Okay, confirm string entry. So we'll do if confirm string equals confirm string entry, then return false. Otherwise, return true, people. So we have a way of testing all of this, which is really good. So, but so that seems all okay so far. So now, if we go back to our user settings, we go to components. I like to do that after my computed, which is wrong. That needs to be there. So components, delete, deletion warning modal, import deletion warning modal from, where am I on here? Need to go to global, components, deletion warning modal. And then all we need to do then is throw that in here. I like to keep things lowercase, so let's just do that. Deletion warning method. Cool. Now we need to provide it some stuff. It needs a title, so we'll just do this. Delete account. Then we need to provide it a message. Are you sure you want to delete your account? What else we got? Confirm string. We're not going to provide a confirm string for this. I want to see if that works first. And then interacting with server equals false. Cool. But ideally I'd want that to be data, so let's just do data. In case everyone would like do anything, so modal title, delete account, then modal message equals are you sure you want to delete your account, question mark, modal interacting with server equals false. So then this just becomes modal title, modal message, interacting with server equals interacting with server. Cool. And then we want to do the listening for the events. So then again, that's methods. So we need to do handle close, handle cancel modal, which I think is going to be really simple. It would just be like, oh, we need to do is visible, right? Oh, I forgot about that. Is visible, so we can show and hide it. Cool. So we need to provide is visible equals modal is visible equals false. Modal is visible. Then the cancel just does this dot is modal is visible equals false. Then we want to handle the confirm. Handle modal confirm. And then I think all I want to do for this is this dot console.log this happened, so we can see that that actually happened. Then let's have a look at chat. How's chat doing? Quite a few people in the lurking in the wings. How is everyone today? So let's have a look. What do I need to do? Okay, so we've got those particular parts. So the don't know what I'm doing. Right, yes, I know what I'm doing. Okay. Some weird reason I had a bloody... Okay, so I need to handle those. So v on... what's the first one called? The event. Cancel event equals handle cancel modal. Then v on confirm event equals confirm. Let's see if I've not fluffed this up too much. More tools, developer tools. Clear this. Refresh this. Do you know what I didn't do? I haven't handled the actual button, have I? But what's that moaning about? Probably I'm have delete warning active is not defined in its reference string method. Where's that? Oh, I see. Delete warning, deletion warning method. Even a data option, definition of property. Confirm string is not defined. Yeah, I want it to be null. I always forget I have to do this dot, don't I? Quite love a bit of this dot. Had to mute you. I had a meeting. Hopefully I've missed much. I don't know when you muted. Essentially I've just created a new component because I realised I've started to use the same code in various places, so I wanted to start pulling that out into its own component. Now I'm just trying to test it out. Okay, no warnings, but I do need to handle this button being clicked, so open delete mode. Open delete mode. And then this dot mode always visible equals true. So sometimes I do these as toggles and sometimes I don't, because sometimes I like them to be so explicit. Oh god, any chance you can help with a Python file? Don't know, we can try. I think someone in the chat, Phil, do you know Python? I've only done like the bare minimum of it, but if you can throw it in Copen or something, maybe we can have a look. But I've only done like a few hours of Python in my life. Okay, so that's now showing. I confirm that this happened. But this dot modal is visible equals false. Delete account, confirm. Cool. Confirm. Yep, that's working nicely. Although that bit's not. So we've not provided. Ah, right. Cool. So because I've not provided a string to confirm, it's not going to show that, which is ace. Oh, cool. And that's a nice reusable component, which I'll write test for later. Star. Yeah, Zudum, if you want to throw it in there, go ahead. We can definitely have a look, or just whisper me the link. Okay, cool. So that's now working. So that's step 2 done. Step 1 was create a user profile page. Step 2, allow you to delete, confirm your deletion of the account. Step 3, hooking up to a function. But I just want to change this message. This cannot be undone. All data related to your user will also, all projects you are the owner of will also be deleted. Zinum, can you post it in a code pen and then send me that? Because whenever you're posting stuff in here, it's changing it into stars. Code pen is easier. This cannot be undone. All projects you are the owner of will also be. This cannot be undone. All projects you are the owner of will also be deleted. If you have active projects, consider transferring ownership to another site user. Cool. And then you get this lovely message. You're not mutating it. What are you on about? So we need a new function. So we'll go back to our functions folder. Grab this because that's what I want. New file. Delete user.js. Okay, so that's a paste bin. Can you just whisper me it? Because you can't directly link in the chat. Sorry to be a pain. Delete account. Then that. I just messaged you on Twitch. If you just paste it into that message on Twitch. Ah, okay, brilliant. So this is your paste bin, is it? So this is the Python file, and give me 1 sec to get the XML file. Okay, so this is what the... Okay. So does anyone else in the chat know Python? Maybe we can help send them out. Okay, so this is your XML file. So the first thing I would do is just check, are you getting any errors when you're running it? No, it runs fine to output file, but it doesn't make the changes. Okay. So let's have a look. Purpose. If purpose equals 1, delete the block input. Provide exact name of block to delete. Oh, because your file out is down here. Okay. This is very big. You're doing a lot of prints, aren't you? Are these exactly the same? Oh, right, I see. Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, first, we just need to actually get this running. Look, element cube blocks, true.find cube blocks. Set a variable to change what the program does. You replace or delete purpose input. Again, 8th hour Python ever, so complete noob. Don't worry, mate, I'm complete noob as well. Maybe we can try and figure out this together. Let me get an environment set up. 2 secs. Ugh. What shall I use? I'll use my Visual Studio. I wonder if I actually even have Python installed on my Visual Studio. Not done it for a long time. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. will edit it. Yeah, it's not the editing, it's the running. Set a variable to change what the program does. Either replace or delete purpose in input. Would you like to delete or replace light armor with heavy armor with lights? Oh, okay, so you're like asking them to pick what they want to do. Have you tried, at the end of each one of your ifs, have you tried console logging? So log the result to the console, so you can have a look. And then, if loop complete, create file. And then before you actually write this, you should print that out. It's the same way you do the print. So where you've got your print if loop completes, you might be able to do something like how do I get a new file? So what are you saving your stuff as? You're saving it as just I've got another question. When you're exporting, is it actually showing anything, or is it just nothing at all? Or is it exactly the same as the old one? Same as the old one. I think that's because you're not actually pushing it back onto the tree. So your tree is your XML source. And then what you're doing here is you're finding cube blocks. So you're finding all of the cube blocks in tree. What I would suggest is down here, if loop complete, I'd put another print and then just do tree. That will print out whatever this is updated to. Line 187. Yeah, so if you throw in a print.tree, that should in the console log out all the JSON, I believe. But the other thing as well, are you confirming that these are actually ever running? Like, have you seen these actually hit and run? Like, before you wrote all of this, did you just test out that it worked on one particular if first? Because that's what I would do. I would get rid of all this. So deleting blocks, get that. Time sleep. Print n, blocks to delete. For block in block cubes, dot find all. Subname block dot find subtype. If subtype dot name dot text equals deleting box. Blocks to delete dot append. Okay, so you're adding a block to that blocks to delete. For each of those, remove that block. One wasn't using variables, etc. Okay, so there's like variables on two, is there? So you only ever do one purpose at a time, yeah? And do you do that for every time? Do you loop through that? Okay, let's just get this working. Can you paste in me the whole of your that don't look good. Yeah, provide me a whole XML file so I can just quickly do that. I haven't got 2.6 working, not sure if it's because the file out location or if I'm missing a then statement. Okay, well let's have a look. Right, okay. Damn. How can you send me it? Can you send me... Yeah, send me it via... God. What am I can't think. Just send me it via email. Oh yeah, I have Discord. If I can remember what my Discord username is, give me a sec. What is my username? I am Sir Rackley of Discord. Bottom left corner of Discord. Yeah. Yeah, so it's Sir Rackley is my Discord. Right, while you send that, I'm just going to quickly go to the toilet. So be right back. Alright, thanks for dropping that across. Okay, so so what I think I'm going to do is just literally get rid of all this. Okay, got it. Right. God, it's a big file. 4.8 megs. Nice. Right, I got you. Okay. Right, so what would I like to do? What's the first one? Purpose 1. Delete. Thank you. Provide exact name of block to delete. Okay. There's a couple of things that are interesting in here. Just some stuff to improve your code a little bit. To make it a bit more robust. One, I'm going to get rid of these. Just because they get in my way. Okay, fine. Print finish 1. So large armor block. So just another thing you should probably do at some point is like do a check if a thing is valid. So Python function. Just got to remind myself how to write a function in Python. I've been doing JavaScript all day. So for example, up here somewhere we could just probably do a definition of check valid block, and then if you can do like type, block type. So if the block type is equal to like that, for example, yeah, I would do something like that first. So I'm just going to give you some tips. So create a block checker, yeah, so that you can, you can figure out the best way you want to do that, but do a block checker so that the first thing you ever do when in here is you do like a block checker, check valid block, right? And then you do deleting block. And the reason for that is you'd want to kind of break out of here if that block's not a valid type, yeah? Yeah, so definitely get a block checker in there if you're going to have 50, 60 blocks. Set reveal to change when a program does either replace or delete. Okay. Oh, my alarm's going off. 2 seconds. Cool. Okay, so let's have a look at your code quickly. So if I was to say delete, it would remove all those, yeah? Let's just get rid of those. Cool, so that's removed that. That's cool. Right, so let's have a look at your second one that you had before. So purpose 2, yeah? Let's get rid of these again. Yeah, I did. The output file had no none of those in it. Please provide the exact name of the output. Okay. Okay, so let's have another look. Give me 2 that I can replace. So let's do this large heavy one again, right? So if we do reference option 3 spelled out already. Okay, well I'm trying number 2 first because you want to make sure that one's working first. So large heavy block, armor block, and then let's just replace that with, what else you got? Large shield modulator. Oh, there's one issue. 38 in module. You want me to get rid of the dot text? So I'll try it again, yeah? Okay, so let's have a look at the exact lines these are on, yeah? Large heavy block 43. Well, that didn't work. So number 2 didn't work at all. So what you got that's different in here? Block text equals block old equals block new. Okay, so you search through all of them, you find the subtype, then if that subtype's .text, because that's what this is, right? Subtype name .text equals block old, which is your code here. So block old equals block new. Okay. What's this part doing here? If subtype.name.text equals block, then you need subtype dot name dot text to equal the new one. You don't want it to be, that's what you want to do. Because this is what you're actually changing, the subtypes.text. That's what you want to change. So let's give that a go. So let's just try that again. Let's delete this. Then you want to go to, should make sure I write these incorrectly. Large, heavy, block, armor, block, and then I want to change that with large, shield, modulator, okay, so now if I had to search for this again, can't find any. So let's go down to what line was that? 43. Large shield modulator. So there you go. It's changed them. Bingo. So the thing that you were doing wrong was that here, this line here, what you were doing is you were checking that the subtype text equals the old block type, but then you weren't updating that text again. You were updating what you were doing. You were replacing this reference with this reference instead of updating the subtype with that new reference. That cool? Brilliant. Cool, man. Thanks for giving me that challenge. Actually, I haven't used Python for about, God, when did I do that Python course online? Probably about 6 years ago. So it's interesting to give it another go. Actually, not 6 years. No, it was. No, it was been longer than that. Probably about 9. But yeah. I would take it one bit at a time. Do one chunk at a time. Because that, like this whole section here, can be variable changed. Because if you're saying that, what have you got in free? So this is your code for free, isn't it? Let me have a look at your free quickly. Let's have a look. Just give me 2 seconds. So free should be the same problem, I'm imagining. Yeah, you're doing the same problem here. Do you know what? I think I might actually try and use a function quickly, just to see if I still remember how to do it, because that'd be quite nice. That's what I will do. Let me just see if this will work. Okay, so define replace block. I think you write it like this in here, don't you? So what I'm going to do is do subtype and then I want to provide in block hold, block new, and then I just want to do this whole thing here. Block hold, search. I don't want to do that. Just want to do subtype. So then this would just be replace. Oh, so the last thing you want to I can try and help you with is this other bit, yeah? So you want to figure out to change the folder. Okay, fine. Let's have a look then. Let's just undo what I was doing, because we don't need to do all that. Let's test this. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. Python tree right to path. Would it not just be as simple as doing the backline stuff? Do you reckon? So if you just do like backslash test, that not be a thing? What did I mess up? That's what I messed up. Okay, so that's not how you do that. That's how I do it in my code, but let's have a look. File in Python to folder. So write XML file. Just 2 seconds, just having a look at the docs quickly. Right. Element tree dot write to folder. What happens if I do? It's interesting. So a command called open. That's pretty cool. So what I'm just having a look at for your reference is this here. Oh, sorry, mate. There you go. But essentially what I'm looking at is this documentation here, which is the write function. Default namespace none. Yeah, because I care about the write. This file on the file object opened for writing should be added to file. Use force for never. A string is controlled by argument. If it's an open file, make sure you try not to write a string to a binary system. Interesting. So tree.write Python directory folder. Ba, ba, ba. Da, ba, ba. That's really annoying. There must be something to do with this function. Peak definition. Is it going to let me do that? Because I thought it'd just be something like test, you know, something like that. But I don't think that actually works. Yeah. Is there any extra? Tree.write Python. Output XML. I'm not sure on that, mate. The file name or file object open. What's default namespace? Set CXML. Controls for formatting. Don't see anything about folders, which is annoying. Self.write. Python.write folder. So you might need to get the current directory. Pathlib, but not sure how to use that. Let's have a look. Pathlib. Pathlib Python, yeah? Before using elementary. I'd have to spend some time looking into that one. But I think the best thing to do for now, go through, get all your bugs fixed for all of this stuff, all your other functions, make sure that it's doing what it needs to do and providing the right part. And I'll keep Discord open for the rest of the day. Maybe we can have a little chat on there. But yeah, I'm going to have to get back to what I was doing. But definitely get the rest of it working first. You can worry about that folder bit last. And try and clean up the reusable code you're using. No worries. Thanks for following as well. Hopefully you can get sorted. If you get stuck again, I'll try and help. As I said, I'm new to Python as well, but I'll try my best, mate. So deleting a user on Firebase is quite simple, really. You can just use admin.auth dot delete user, and then you're going to need their context dot auth dot uuid. I don't think I need to pass any context. Do you know what? First we need to check that no, admin author dot delete ID. Yeah, this is .uid. Then let's just arrow function this in, because once that's done, I want to update I want to add a record for this, so I want to do I want to get a user reference again. Then I want to add an audit. User delete request. Yeah, so we'll try that, return this. Acquire user dot delete user. Just deploy them quickly. And then on user settings, we need to do this, which is What's the easiest way to do this? Chat would be a good way, because I think we just have a quick, yeah, we do, Firebase app, cool. So in user settings, well, first we need to get Firebase in. Import Firebase app from Firebase init, and then what I want to do is just literally fire this off. Don't even want to provide anything for now. Let's just try this. So it's user delete user. Okay, you're moaning about something. Correct expression. For each then should return or throw. Right, yeah, I get you. Return user collection. Don't even need to do all that really, I can just do this. Get rid of all that. Okay, fine. So that's deploying. Why is that not deploying the third one? Did I save this file? User, delete user. Ah, twat. Exports dot delete account equals so it's equals functions dot https dot on call that should be it, that should work. So how's everyone doing in chat? Everyone still having fun? Delete account. So user dot delete account. So this needs to be delete account. And if this works, I'll be going on lunch because that's a great time to stop. Okay, so that's done. Let's just see if this works. That should not be there. So let's just go back to our logs. Delete account, go. More tools, developer tools. No, fine, there was no errors when I clicked that button. But did we actually do anything? So there should be a delete account. So it doesn't look like it called it. So let's try that again. Network. It's just not doing anything at the moment. Oh, do I have to do like upload artwork? Oh, I do, don't I? Have to do like var request equals and then just request dot delete account. Console request dot delete account is not a function. Delete Firebase, delete account, cool. Not then. Console.log. User deleted. Let's do a dot catch. And that would just be error. Console.log error. Why is that not off? Okay, well, I think I'm going to leave it there anyway because I'm getting hungry. It's lunchtime and I've been streaming for 3 hours, so it's probably a good point to stop. So thank you for everyone that's joined in so far today. Might try and pop on again this afternoon. But till then, thank you and goodbye.